So this is the movie that you need to watch, one of the new best films of the year. The film is called Ultraman Rising. It is a new movie on Netflix. The film follows Ultraman. Wouldn't you guess it? Ultraman pretty much is just this guy hanging out in Japan, except he's also a kaiju fighting, butt-kicking dude. He grows really big. Jet Jaguar. He's kinda like Jet Jaguar. And yes, kaiju suck. They come and they try to destroy Japan, you know. They love Japan for some reason, dude. Like, what's up with those guys? Pretty much, that's his whole thing. He also balances a little side hustle playing professional baseball. And then one day, he gets a little baby kaiju. And now he's gotta raise the baby kaiju. But you know, the world doesn't like kaiju. So what's he gonna do? I don't wanna give too much away from this movie. Genuinely though, I think one of my favorites of the year. Top 5. Top 6 for sure. Really enjoyed this one. It has animation that is very similar to, you know, what was that movie called? Mutant Mayhem last year, Ninja Turtles. And it is from the same writer of Kubo and the Two Strings, one of my favorite animated films ever. While it's not nowhere as near as Kubo, it's some of the best kaiju action just in general that we've gotten in a long time. Godzilla Minus One didn't really have kaiju action. And if you're coming out here to say, oh, the fights in Kong and Godzilla versus Scar King, Shimu were pretty good. Dude, the final fight in this film frickin' slaughters that, grabs that fight, wipes the floor with it, throws it into a pile, burns it alive, shoots it away to another galaxy. It's like comparing frickin' Citizen Kane to this video right here you're watching. Absolutely loved it. The animation went so freaking absurd. It was so good. Ken as a great character is amazing. I love his relationship with his dad, his mom in particular. Something else I wanted to point on this though, this is one of the first like successful let's in America adapt Japanese culture, Japanese media into America and actually make it good. In fact, it's probably the best example I can think of. We're not talking about freaking Ghost in the Shell or Cowboy Bebop the show. Good Lord. I think if you're a baby, if you're an adult, you have to watch this film. It's a really good one. Like I said, just love it. The score, the acting, the animation, everything, the action, so good. But there's one more thing I want to talk about. The villain in this is, you know, they don't give him a ton of screen time. They don't give him a ton of credit, you know, time to be fleshed out, but they give him just enough. And they do something here that I think is absolutely perfect, because there are so many villains these days that just get no attention whatsoever, especially in superhero films like that, where it's like, okay, we have to set up our main character. We can't focus on the villain. We have to set up Ultraman. I think obviously setting up the main character is more important, but so many films just throw their villains to the side in those cases. It's why you can look at so many, you know, first let's introduce the hero superhero movies, and they're just, the villains are horrible. I'm talking Ant-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, so many Marvel movies, you can see that. Blue Beetle last year, I bet you don't even remember their name, or just who they were, or if they were a boy or a girl, I don't know. Here, they give this villain just enough to make him interesting, but more importantly, to tie him back into the central theme of the story. The overall themes of the story dealing a lot with parenthood and what parents will do for their children. We see that a lot in Ken and in his dad, his mom, all these relationships, but the villain says, okay, bet, let me jump in, let me help you guys out with that. His story, again, perfectly mirrors the main characters, and I think it's perfect. Again, not an amazing villain just in general. I'm not gonna say he's one of the best villains of the year, but he does his job, dude. As this whole cohesive character in the movie, he does his job, he adds to the story, and I think so many movies can learn from that. This is a perfect example of that. Go and watch Ultraman Rising, you won't regret it. You know, I got a huge vouch for this one, pretty damn good. It does drag a tiny bit in the middle, but you know, I just love Ken so much as a character. The animation is so great. There are some fun montage bits and things like that to keep you interested through one of the slower sections of the movie. Still really like it. In fact, I will double down and say it is my 5th favorite movie of the year. Really like this one. That's the video though, Brooklanders. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you think of Ultraman after you watch it, and hit subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. I really appreciate it. Okay, thank you, bye.